I'm Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, and it is an honor to join you. Thank you to Dr. Walter Curran of the Winship Cancer Institute at Emory University for inviting me to speak today. Emory is such an important part of Atlanta, and we are excited to see Winship's ongoing expansion in Midtown. Atlanta is one of the leading healthcare capitals in the world, and when we think about the best minds in medicine, we of course think of Emory. Emory Midtown holds a very special place in my heart as I was born at Crawford Long Hospital. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Of all the forms of inequality, injustice in healthcare is the most shocking and inhumane." His words still ring true today. Over the next 2 days, as you embark upon the important mission of addressing the disparities in cancer outcomes in Georgia, we know that the research that you are focusing on is so important at a time when COVID-19 has underscored the health inequalities and injustices that continue to ravage our Black and Brown communities. This has been a challenging year for us on so many levels, and like many cities around the world, Atlanta has had no template for dealing with a global health pandemic. But thanks to Dr. Carlos Del Rio and so many others at Emory University, we've been able to navigate this pandemic as best as we possibly could hope to. It's also shown us that local governments can and should do a better job of making sure that we are directing our resources so that we can address many of the systemic issues that have led to our most vulnerable communities having the most negative outcomes as it relates to this pandemic. Our administration came into office in 2018 with a priority to build equity across the board in our city. Our vision statement calls for us to create one Atlanta, an affordable, equitable, and resilient city, a safe and welcoming city with thriving neighborhoods and residents who are equipped for success. We started this work in Atlanta prior to COVID-19 because equity is at the heart of all that we do. A few months ago, I issued an administrative order to address the alarming racial and ethnic disparities which had been underscored by COVID-19. This order directed our Chief Health Officer, Angelica Jeter, to compile a report that maps demographic trends to help us better understand health disparities amongst our most at-risk populations and those most susceptible to the coronavirus. As the members of this symposium know, the color of one's skin should not determine the state of one's health or the treatment that they are able to receive. I'm confident that we will get to the other side of this pandemic, hopefully very soon, and that Atlanta will be a much stronger city when we do. As the cradle of the civil rights movement, we know what it's like to overcome adversity and to turn the wheels of justice and progress so that every resident, no matter their zip code, can live in an equitable, prosperous, and healthy city. Thank you again to all of our institutions attending this symposium and to all of you for your relentless work to make our communities healthier and safer.